Hi, my name is Dr. David Pendergrass. I specialize in biblical studies and interpersonal skills. I was flipping through the leftist magazine of Time. I saw this article very quickly, a little editorial by Natalia, I'm guessing on that, but Natalia Kanim. Now listen to this. She is the executive director of the UN Population Fund. One more time. She's the executive director of the UN Population Fund. I don't know what she does, I guess, but she's a big dog for the UN, and she raises money for world's population. Okay, so the article read, the title said, Earth pop 8 billion. So if you don't know this, by the way, if you don't know this, in November 15th, that at midnight Zulu time, I'm just kidding, how in the world it's ridiculous. Anyway, they predicted that November 15th, the Earth reached 8 billion people. 8 billion people. And this is the article. And I skimmed it. I thought, oh, cool. I want to hear a person talk about population, and that's your population fun. I can't wait to hear some cool, I'm a nerd. I embrace that fully. And I thought I'd love to hear some cool facts of population, like how many pounds of corn do we eat or beef, or how much water do we drink, or I don't know, just something cool and nerdy. Instead, this is what she said. On November 15th, the world's population hit 8 billion. In many ways, this is a global success story. A result of longer life expectancies, fewer maternal and child deaths. Yeah, that wasn't that bad, but that's true. And better health care. Yep. Yet, at every such milestone, we witness inflammatory headlines warning that the number is too high. If, however, we allow ourselves to get wrongly sidetracked by focusing on population trends instead of, I can't wait to hear. Now, she's already a judge. She's already showed her moral superiority. She's already told me it is wrong to get sidetracked, and it's wrong to hear these other inflammatory headlines. So she's already told me her moral stance, which is anyone who disagrees with her milestone, her view is wrong, and she's right. I'm waiting to hear, and you're getting sidetracked. So I'm waiting to hear, here's the sermon, and I didn't expect to hear a sermon. So in the first few sentences, I was already discouraged. As usual, Time Magazine. She says, instead of getting directly addressing, here's what you're supposed to be addressing, not the Earth's population. Number one, climate change. 2, I just can't. 2, inequality, and other global crises. Now, what the director of the UN Population Fund wants me and you to focus on is not all these dumb things about the number being too high. That's all. What you should be focusing on is climate change, inequality, and other global. So inequality is a global crisis at the level of a changing climate. Well, of course, I don't mean climate change. Of course, the climate changes. Of course, they mean is that we think we are the direct cause of rising global temperatures. Well, I could not. Inequality, and of course she means, I'm sure, if it already tells me leftism, and I'll get there in a second, she means inequality between male and female, if there can be a male who pretends to be a female who's a male, if people, whatever it is. Other global crises. Now, this is where the 1-2 punch came in. I could not believe. Then she said this. If we don't do that, if we don't focus on global change, climate change, inequality, and other global crises, we run the risk of coming up with the wrong fixes. I think she meant wrong solutions. Now, here's why. Fixes that can infringe on people's right, here it is, right, to choose whether or when to have children. So Thank you so much, Natalia. So the real problem with these inflammatory headlines warning the number's too high, if you keep talking about all the dangers with a high population, you're going to get really off track. And you're not talking about global climate change, whatever, and it leads to the real problem. It leads to the problem that you won't let people kill their babies. That's the real gut level problem. Now, not only is that morally despicable, disgusting, and stupid, it's a bit ironic. This person charged the population fund. The irony is, for someone who says it's a global success story that we reached 8 billion people, is ticked off, it seems to be, or at least, well, that language inflammatory and the wrong fixes, and we got sidetracked. Sounds like she's a little ticked off. She's ticked off, not that more people aren't being born, but that more people can't kill their babies. In other words, that would make a lot more sense if she said, this is not a milestone. This is horrible that the earth is getting more populated because it demonstrates that people can't kill their babies fast enough. This is horrible. There are way too many people on the planet who want to save their babies. They want their babies to be born. What is wrong with this world? Instead, she celebrates the growth and laments the fact that we can't kill our children. It's so disgusting and dumb. And then she says, ultimately, tackling the great challenges of our day will not be found in any perfect number. Thank you, Natalia, because I wondered how many people in the world think that all of the challenges of the planet are solved by a perfect number. I'm curious. I've never heard that. I mean, I wonder how many people in the world, we just got to get to that perfect number. Every struggle we have will be fixed. But she says, hey, for those of you who think that we need a perfect number, it's not going to help you. If we, quote, if we make the right investments now and strive to ensure that every adolescent can navigate their reproductive choices, kill their baby, stay in school, enter the workforce, then 8 billion people means 8 billion opportunities to build more peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable societies. You know what you logically, biologically, factually, reality-wise must do to be an adolescent, to make it to school, to make it to the workforce, to build a society? You know what you must happen? You got to be born. I mean, you have to be born. There's no way around it. You have to be born. You've got to make it. And the most dangerous spot on the planet is not a war zone. It's not Ukraine. It's not Russia. It's not North Korea. It's not China. It's not inner city, wherever. If a helpless baby can simply make it out of the mother's womb, it's almost miraculous. It's phenomenal. So while Natalia is really begging you to change your mind, let adolescents make it, I would beg you, Natalia, to let people become an adolescent, that we not murder them before they can make it to adolescence. I'm not sure why it is adolescents are more valuable to you, Natalia. That'd be intriguing to find out. Why is adolescence more valuable? Why didn't you say so that all babies or children or infants who can grow up to be adolescents and then adults, why start at adolescence? Natalia, do you support killing all children under the age of your definition of adolescence? But why do that? Why are you celebrating the 8 billion people when you can't wait to kill all the babies being adolescents? Well, I don't find that persuasive, Natalia. I disagree with your understanding of all these values in the Christian worldview. I find this not persuasive. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments and share this video with your friends. I hope. God bless you. I'll see you next time.